All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I got something pretty cool with me. I've got some Vector by Bradley Marais or Marais. I hope I'm not butchering the name, but here it is in this pretty nice padded cloth. It comes with the certificate of authenticity, which is pretty big but nicely done in this kind of marble kind of paper. But here we are to check out this fella right over here. Would you look at this guy? This has 8 centimeters long blade and 11 and couple millimeters long handle. Overall, this fella is going to be 19 and a half centimeters for your European metric system, guys. In inches, you're curious, it's going to be like 7.5, a little bit over. But anyways, we are here with this guy from South Africa. This is a Guthrie apprentice, and you can see the design language that is spreading, and it's influencing for sure. But it's a good thing because that's a solid design, and it has been transported and interpreted by Bradley in a gorgeous way. And this is a nice Damas steel Vinland pattern blade. It matches pretty well with this titanium frame lock. It's a full-time frame lock knife. It's pretty sexy, I have to say. The lines are very, very well thought. I like this angle over here. This little detail right there. Very nice. There is no, a little bit of chamfering, just like to remove like a burr, you can see right there, but not much. On the inside as well is even less, so not much internal milling whatsoever, but you have some like holes on the show side scale, nothing on the log side to reduce the weight. You get a Zir Blast Clark mod finish on this guy, which is pretty good. Clark, you are doing a good job. Yeah, very good. I like it. I wasn't a fan of that, but yeah, he convinced me. Yeah, it's good. It's nice. Shiny, but it's kind of like not a bead blast because that would be more matte, but still has that shiny finish to it, and it's durable, so it's very good. Some things like to notice. Okay, pretty simple construction. You got a T15 Torx bit for the pivot, and you got a T6 Torx bit needed for the handle screws, which are going through these, I assume, Zirk standoffs. There's no backspacer. There's no lanyard hole option unless you want to pass it through this hole, but yeah, no, don't do that. It's too close to the blade tip. You have, I was saying, like straightforward construction, a classic stud pin right there, which is visible. Nice touch. I like it. You can see on both sides, so it's shouldered. It's just not gonna fall off, of course. And I was saying no internal skeletonization. It's a simple construction. There's no over travel lock bar stabilizer, for example. There is no stainless steel lock face insert, but I don't really see any issues because look at that, what is inside. There is kind of stainless steel lock face insert, which is, I don't know if you can spot it right there, but for sure you can see it in my maintenance video. It's right there. It's eliminating any issues concerning your lock stick from a titanium surface up against a steel one. So that issue is definitely gone. Nice. There is, of course, the overextended lock bar that can become an issue, but again, this is a frame lock, it's not an integral, so if that happens, you just take it apart and just bend that way the lock bar a little bit. So nice pocket clip. It's not my favorite construction, dual standoffs, visible screws, and flat bent titanium clip. But it works well. It serves its purpose. It's not the prettiest looking one, at least in, from my preference. It's not, I prefer something different. But still, it's there. It's a simple construction again, but it works. It's functional, so that's the good thing. Also, you have a very, very neat blade shape. This is an harpoon tanto style. There is a very unique jimping with 3 notches equally spaced. Um, it is not that effective. I mean, it's a nice touch, but not really grippy. There's not much bite to it. And then you have this side of the spine. There's no chamfering and no crowning, so it's just like, it's not like sharp, but still, there is probably just a little bit of chamfering going on, because otherwise you would be cutting yourself. But anyways, it just goes up to the tip, and then you get the tanto and a straight edge up to the sharpening choil. Not really a finger choil, but guys, what I'm telling you is that this thing is thin, 2.85 millimeters for the stock thickness, and you get like what? Look at this. It's just crazy, 0.1 millimeter. This thing is a slicer, full flat grind, Vinland Damasteel pattern, nice contrast. I'm assuming as well this thumb stud is zirc polished, because I like zirc, and I like to think that this is, yeah, zirc. And also, guys, I think I want to share, even if it's like usually I do it at the beginning of the video, so a couple knives I got on the table just to show you some comparison. For example, Hold Blade Work Spectre and Haptic, they're here. So this guy is pretty much exactly in between these two offerings, like it's in between the offerings from Shirogorov. You see a couple oldies. That's the Neon 3D Bronze, and this is the full custom F7 in the flesh with another couple that I want to show you, because I got a Moisier Steadfast, and I got a Utzler Duck in the mix. Look at this. That's pretty cool view to see 3 titanium frame lock this caliber on the same table. It's pretty cool, I think. So you saw the size. I mean, it's kind of like a full-size knife. It's not a, you know, it's tiny knife, but not like huge. Ergonomically speaking, also works very well. I really don't feel any hot spots whatsoever. I got maybe this area here, it could use a little bit of chamfer, but not too crazy. I like this groove with this wide chamfer, which adds some design, detail to it, which is truly well made. And you can allocate nicely your finger right there. And also you have the harpoon, which you just, boom, right there, locked in. That's a good grip, for sure. The holes are introducing a little bit more texture, so it's going to be less slippery, because the surface itself, it's kind of slippery. Then you have, I just forgot to talk to you about this. Clacky and tinky and clacky. Guys. Yeah, do you hear the noise it makes? Oof, it's very good. Almost quiet when you close it, but when you deploy it, very good. There's no way to do a reverse flick, too bad, but as you can see, the construction, it's not allowing for a lock side thumb stud. Just, you're gonna have to do, to stick with this in your show side, and it's fine. So consider that this action is just phenomenal. And this is on Teflon washers. Yeah, you heard me right. Teflon washers, guys, with this kind of action is, unheard of. Of course, there's not going to be any drop shot action whatsoever. You're just going to have to enjoy the smoothness of this fella going into the close position. But when you deploy it, like you have this kind of room here for your thumb that just goes in and just locks beautifully into place to deploy fantastically this blade. Amazing. Also, another thing, I never was a fan of the holes in the blade, but I'm kinda starting to like them, especially when you see some Damasteel pattern through the holes of the blade when it's the closed position. Yeah, how can I not say no, right? It's pretty good. So this is a pretty cool one, guys. Made in South Africa. It's a custom knife. It's not cheap. They are around $1,000, so definitely. You're gonna have to shell some coins to obtain one of those. But I can tell you guys, you're gonna be happy, because the look of this fella is great. I get it, yeah, the handle to blade ratio is probably not ideal, especially like if you consider something smaller like the Neon, which has, you know, a little bit more cutting edge, but still, it's very well designed and were very well executed from the look, from the sound, and from the feel perspective. So this guy is a check. It has you know, some really cool features. I'm seeing you know, I'm missing some features like you know, maybe internal skeletonization. You want to see this guy running on bearings. Maybe you want to see a little bit more chamfering. Maybe you want to see, I don't know, a little bit more decoration on the blade. So yeah, there's room for improvement, but this is a pretty gorgeous piece, I'm telling you guys. So there you have it. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.